Hey, Straw Hats, this is Captain Yeet here for you, celebrating the fourth anniversary of One Piece Film Red. So let's get into it. I remember when this movie was first announced. It was announced on the exact same day as episode 1000, because obviously that's a really big milestone. 1000 manga chapters, a little bit before that, 1000 episodes. Like, that is wild. That is so crazy to me. We're on 1000 plus chapters and 1000 plus episodes of One Piece. That is a crazy milestone. But with that being said, it was a really big event that day with Film Red getting announced and 1000 episodes. I remember the first day they announced this movie, I thought Uta was a long arm and I thought she was a Skypian. The reason why I thought she was a Skypian was because obviously in some promotional art she had wings and in some promotional art she didn't have wings. That did kind of confuse me because I'm like, where did her wings go? We know now she's using her music powers, but still, back then, we didn't know leading up to the movie. So I'm like, oh, she must be a Skypian. The reason why I thought she was a long arm was because the very first promotional art that we saw of her jacket sleeve was bent in a really weird way. I don't know if her arm was in the jacket sleeve or not, but it was bending in a really weird way. Now, she's not a long arm. She has like regular arms like Luffy and everybody else. I'm like, what's going on? I just assumed she was a long arm. Now, even the jacket sleeve wasn't exactly super duper long to make her a long arm, but I had no other explanation. you know, Unless she was like a unique species or something. I don't know what else it could be for her having such a weird, bending arm or whatever. That was so weird. Obviously, I was watching every trailer and any little piece of promotional art leading up to the movie announcement. I also remember they had like a really cute little eye catcher for Uta. I'm gonna try to find it and show it on screen, but they had like a really cute eye catcher of her for Halloween during the Film Red promotion. But I'll never forget this. A few of my friends were gonna go see the movie 2 day 1 with me, but they weren't gonna be in the same theater as me because I see everything in dub anime wise. I can't do sub. I can watch some clips in sub, and I'm not saying sub is bad. I like sub and dub. I just like dub better. I watch everything in dub. I actually can't do it, especially a movie. An episode I can barely do. A whole movie, I can't do a movie in sub. I'm sorry. And leading up to the movie coming out, all my friends kept trying to convince me to switch over to sub, and I was like, nah, I can't do it. I'll just meet up with you guys, after both our movies are done outside the theaters. I can't watch this movie in sub. With that being said, the day before we went to go see the movie, I remember I was out of town. I was able to get back in town before the movie actually came out. But it was really funny to me because one of my friends called me and they said, "Hey, Captain Yeet, are you sure you don't want to change your mind?" I said, "Nah, I'm gonna go see this movie in dub." Then I was like, I don't really want to see you guys anyway because I thought that so and so, so and so, and so and so, like a few guys in a group that were going to the movies, I thought you guys were sick. 'Cause I've been hearing, like, through the grapevine that this guy isn't feeling well, this guy isn't feeling well. And the guy on the phone I was with was like, yeah, they're not feeling well. Honestly, I'm not feeling too well either. I was like, what? And y'all still going out to the movies? Y'all shouldn't be doing that, number one. Number two, what makes y'all think I'm about to, like, right? What, what makes y'all think I'm about to get up, go see a movie and sub, and with a group of sick people? Like, what? You're out of your mind. These fuckers were out of their mind. I was never to go see no movie in sub with a bunch of sick people. One other thing I do want to mention before I continue, before I forget it, I do like how Uta's little loops in the back of her head because she has like the really long loops going down her body, but she also has hair loops. Hair loops. I forgot to specifically specify hair loops, but she has those little like hair loops going down her body, and then she has two other hair loops behind her head. Now the hair loops behind her head they move around like bunny ears. Now not every single time, but they do that every now and again. Whenever she gets flustered, they point up. Whenever she feels sad, they point down. Now not every time, but it is like that every now and again. Also, the little logo on her hand that says Uta, that's made by Luffy. We get the flashback to wherever he was drawing, well, trying to draw Shanks' straw hat. It looks he failed terribly. He's a bad drawer. We know this. We already know this, but he's a really bad drawer. But he was trying to draw Shanks' straw hat, and he said, and Luffy was like, you can keep it. We're gonna keep that as our insignia for our own pirate crew. And then boom, she kept it all these years later. That was really sweet. Also, I guess let's get into the plot and storyline of Uta. Oh no, actually, before we do, it was really funny that obviously everybody in the mama thought that this was going to be a movie focused around Shanks. Now, technically it kind of is with Uta, with Shanks being her adopted father, Luffy knowing him. We do get a flashback or two with Shanks, and Shanks' crew does show up near the end of the movie. But still, we thought the whole movie was going to be mainly on Shanks because the movie is called Film Red. It's called Film Red. I mean, come on now. Even the logo has Shanks' scar. I mean, they know what they were doing. That's so funny to me, man. The logo has Shanks' scar up there. I mean, come on. These jokers know what they were doing. They're not slick. They're not slick at all. Like, come on. Also, the outfits that the Straw Hats were wearing before they fought Top Musica and after they fought Top Musica, those outfits are so dope. I don't know why those outfits aren't in the game yet. The only place I've seen these outfits in, besides the movie, are in One Piece Treasure Cruise. I've seen some of those outfits in Treasure Cruise, but aside from that, they're not in any games. Like, what? That is ridiculous. I mean, look at it. Well, actually, I got to take out the box art cover for my DVD because it shows that there's not really a good shot of all the Straw Hats in these new outfits. Now, there is one shot, but you have to like pause it really quickly. It doesn't really show up too well, and I got to pause this scene here too because I thought this was I thought this was pretty funny. But here, look, see? Like, this is dope. These are some dope outfits. I love these outfits. I think this is the first movie, too, where it has Jinbei and the main Straw Hat crew in the movie. And it's also really funny. Also, I'm gonna get into the plot and everything in moments. I am, I swear. I just want to get these things out the way. Just little, just get them out the way before I forget them. It's also really funny whenever I think about it that they tried to put some Wano stuff in here, but they couldn't exactly put Wano stuff in here. What I mean by that is at the end of the movie, whenever they're fighting Tom Musica, when the Shanks and Luffy does that combination attack, that's when we see him technically turn into Gear 5. Now, it's in like a silhouette type of form. We don't really get to see Gear 5 in a clear way. Now, after they do defeat Top Musica, we do see Luffy in Gear 5. He's like a little dot, though. It's not really too clear, but he is in Gear 5 whenever Sanji's doing his combination attack with inside the music world, and they have to do the exact same point in the outside the music world. Whenever he does it, somebody like lights his leg on fire and it turns blue for a split second. And we also see Zoro turn his blades like green flaming for a few seconds. But they're not doing and they don't specifically say like inflict zombie. They don't see King of the Underworld. Like, they don't say those specific moves, but they just kind of showing them really quickly. So, they're trying to put some Wano stuff in here, but we can't really see it all the way. Even at the end credits, whenever we see everybody just doing their own thing after the end of the movie, we see Law in his Wano outfit. Like, he's chilling on his boat in his Wano outfit. I'm like, what? Why didn't he just wear that during the movie? I mean, his music outfit, not music outfit, but his outfit, in the music world that they got fighting time musical was dope though. It was super dope. I love that outfit. That was really cool to me. But still, I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. That's what Shanks' crew? I forgot if I saw his crew in that. I saw it right here. If I did, I forgot. But I guess let's get into the actual movie and everything. Now with Uta, throughout the whole movie, they do say that Uta is Shanks' daughter. There is one specific point in the movie where they say that, well, that's it's whenever Luffy and Uta are arguing, and Uta says that she Shanks as my real father. She says that one time kind of quickly, but we find out that it's not his biological daughter, it's his adoptive daughter. Daughter. It's his adoptive daughter. He found her in a treasure chest whenever he made his own pirate crew when he was younger. I did like the moment whenever he thinks back to whenever Roger found him in a pirate chest and was like, you know what? I think this was supposed to happen. That was sweet. And so he just kept her along. And she was actually a part of the crew. Because, like, which is really funny to me. Her official, like, title of the Red Hair Pirates was the musician, because he's a really good singer. And actually, whenever I think about it, I guess she had this devil fruit, the sing power, when she was a baby, because Shanks would know if she ate the devil fruit up until the point whenever she was meeting up with Luffy and chilling and goofing around with him when they were kids. And Luffy even mentions that, well, we see it in this flashback that I'm showing, and he also mentions whenever we were kids and whenever she sings, we will always fall asleep. We never understood why until, now we understand her powers. Whenever she sings, you get teleported into the music world. Well, your soul does, and your regular body just goes to sleep. That's broken. That's so broken because if you like, unless you like, you speed blixer or you're deaf, if you don't know, you just hear her sing for like a second, boom, your soul gets transported to the music world, and you're just assuming that you're in the regular world. Like, what? Is that crazy? That is so crazy. That is broken. That is so broken, man. That is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Anyway, with that being said, yeah, she sang his adoptive daughter. Now, Uta, her official role was the musician. She was actually on the Red Hair pirate crew, and Shanks said that whenever we get into a fight, she waits on the boat and we go on the fight. Luffy, he wouldn't wait on the boat. That's the reason why she was like, yeah, she can join my crew even though she's a kid. You can't, because, whenever we wait on the boat, you're not going to do that. you're not gonna wait on the boat, so you can't join the crew. And this movie is it's not a musical per se, but there is a lot of singing in the movie because of Uta. And all the songs I do really like a lot. One song I do specifically like a lot is the ending song whenever she's singing to bring everybody's souls back. I do love the Top Musica song. Whenever she sings to bring Top Musica out, it is I like the sound of it. I can't play it, I don't want to get in trouble, but I do like the sound of the da da da. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like that specific part of it, I do like that part of the song. Every other song she sings, it's really good. That I did like that one shot in the song whenever Momonga, Fukitora, and Kizaru gigs to where the musical, I mean not musical, but concert's supposed to be, and she stomps on the ground, and you see the water splash around her feet. Whenever she gets agitated, she's always stomping her feet, and she's not mentally stable in this movie because he's eating those tops rooms. And the reason why she hates pirates throughout the whole movie is because of, well, she says that she found out what happened a while ago. Like I think she said what, like a year or two ago, she found out exactly what happened on the kingdom she's been living in with Gordon. But basically, Top Musica is this otherworldly demon. And if you sing this specific song, it comes out. Now, if you someone has to sing power, yeah, I wonder how. Oh no, I already said that. I wonder how she got her devil fruit. Like I said, it as a baby. I said that already. um, but whenever it comes out, if someone has a singing power and makes it into the singing world, and well, makes a singing world, then it's connected to both worlds. It's connecting to the Sing Sing world and the regular world. And in both realities, this thing is basically invincible. Like you cannot damage this thing at all. The only way to actually really damage this thing is to hit the specific spot on it in the same point in both worlds. Did I say that right? So basically, if you want to damage this thing, Luffy in the Sing Sing world and Shanks in the real world have to both hit the right arm at the exact same time in both of their worlds. But obviously, how they're gonna coordinate that? There's no really good way to coordinate that. Now they do able to coordinate that because of Usopp and Yasop. They can sort of sense each other with observation hockey in a different dimension, which is kind of crazy. which is It's so crazy they're able to do that with observation hockey. Even Katakuri, he was like I can sense and even see through my sister's eyes for a brief glimpse with observation hockey. That's still so crazy to me. Observation hockey can do that. But with that being said, with Top Musica, whenever Shanks was like, palling around with Uta, that's his daughter, bringing her to see Luffy every now and again. They went to this kingdom that was filled with music. Like, it was like the top music island in the whole world. And Uta, before she had to leave to go back with Shanks, not like now. I'm saying it like she didn't want to. She didn't want to. They did offer her to stay at the island to hone her singing skills, and even Shanks was saying that too. That you should probably stay here with them to hone your singing skills, so you don't have to be a pirate and you don't have to be a fugitive. But she wants to stay with Shanks. Anyway, the top whenever she sung, it was so good it unlocked the top music. When she sung it, top music awoken and consumed her and just ravaged the island and killed basically everybody. Now since she was a kid, she passed out, top music dissipated, and everything was hunky dory, besides from the island being decimated. Now she was passed out. Shanks told Gordon, the guy that took care of her for all these years, that tell her that we ravaged the island and stole everything so she doesn't have to be on the run as a pirate. Singing should be a gift that should be able to help everybody in the world. It shouldn't be you're like contained on a boat with a bunch of smelly dudes. And that was really sweet of him. Oh, dang it! I get a phone call. Oh, but yeah, okay, I'm back. But that is really sad. It was also really sad too because Shanks is taking the blame in the world in general because the whole world thinks that the red-haired pirates were the one to destroy the island. Also, he's taking the blame for Uta because Uta's going to think that her father basically destroyed his island and left her, took the money, didn't care about her. And that was a really sad scene too. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever she does wake up, asking what's going on, why is this whole place on fire, and she's running out to the docks, yelling at Shanks, and you see him turned around laughing. Now he is laughing, but we get the perspective of the second flashback to where obviously the red-haired pirates are crying. They're really sad that they're leaving Uta, but she's yelling out like, "Hey, I thought we were family. Where are you going? Shanks, don't leave me!" And Gordon has to hold her back so she doesn't fall into the ocean. That was really sad. And then throughout all the years just living with Gordon, she was getting super depressed because she was basically alone and having to feel this guilt of, Shanks betraying her. Now she's not alone because, she has Gordon, but she's getting really depressed being alone besides from Gordon and, feeling the guilt and stuff from Shanks. And also Shanks didn't want her to have a bunch of guilt of her being the reason why all these people died. Now, obviously, she didn't do this on purpose. She just found the music notes whenever they floated to her and sung it. Obviously, no one had the slightest idea this giant otherworldly demon thing was gonna come out. But still, she would probably still feel a lot of guilt for a child to have this happen. And because of that, not because of that, but she does find these transponder snails, video transponder snails, to where she's able to meet everybody around the world. She's able to like show. It's kind of funny too because she's like recording her singing, so like broadcast it around the world, and she's also recording herself just doing a bunch of goofy stuff around the island. So we hear people like be like, "Oh, Uta, you're so amazing! I love your music. Your music got me out of a tough time," and that kind of stuff does happen in real time or in real life. So she's singing like bringing her music out into the world. But it's also really funny that besides from singing, we see her like running around, recording herself or like dancing in a room and recording herself for the people to see around the world. Which is, I don't know why, that was really funny to me. That had me cracking up. Because she was really happy of helping people out, besides so they don't feel so sad. But she also feels really sad whenever she learns about the outside world. Because she's been on the island for so long, her whole life basically, she doesn't really know about the outside world. Whenever she does start to find out about the outside world, about all the terrible stuff that's been happening with the pirates, and that's a really big component of the movie too. How pirates are evil. She doesn't want Luffy to be a pirate anymore. And that scene when she was like, "Hey Luffy, how about you don't be a pirate anymore? You can just stay with me." All the Straw Hats were like, "Ugh, I don't know." They were looking side to side like, "I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think Luffy's gonna go for that." She was like, "Luffy, aren't you listening to me?" Like she was getting really mad. But my eyes got big. I was like, "What? Ain't no way. Did she just say that?" It's like, what? But anyway, she doesn't really like pirates and all the cruelty in the world and stuff like that. And so she wants to make this utopia in the Sing Sing world for all of her fans so nobody can get hurt anymore. Everybody can be at peace and be happy. Which she does have a good mindset. That is really good. But obviously, trapping everybody's soul inside the Sing Sing world, that's not exactly how you do something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't really do it like that. That's really bad. That's really bad, basically. So really, that's not the way to help everybody else to have a utopia so no one will feel hurt or anything. And you even see how that's starting to crack apart whenever that one dude, I think he's got to be voiced by Deku. There's no way. He said he wants to leave. So he's not letting anybody leave because they're supposed to stay here to be in this concert forever. And it's kind of funny that some people are okay with staying here forever with Uta, some people aren't, and so there's like a really big argument going on in the crowd. Like, remember that? Like, what's your problem? Uta just wants to keep us safe. I didn't ask for that. I want to go home. My life is fine. Hey, shut up. Nobody asked you. We're here for Uta. Like we hear the crowd starting to argue amongst themselves because of Uta. Here's the scene I was talking about whenever she's like dancing around recording herself. Like, I thought that was funny. That was really funny. Besides from just singing, she's like doing that. And she's also like eating those wake shrooms besides from she's eating them in the movie to stay awake to keep her power going to make the world, but she's also eating them and it's also deadly to eat them too to just stay awake and to constantly help people. Like she just wants to help people to have a better life than what's going on in reality, which is noble. Like that's really nice for her to do. She's just going about it the wrong way. That was a really sad scene though, whenever she wants to help people so much in order to make this utopia in this new world to where she starts to say, what's the scene? What's the scene? It's whenever Charlos, that's his name, Charlos, the celestial dragon, he comes out, and when he's talking, he shoots that one bodyguard because he won't kidnap Uta for him. And she starts to freak out. She goes, "What are you doing? No, you can't do that, please!" Like she starts to like go crazy when she thinks this guy could die because she doesn't want anybody to die. She wants everyone to be happy in a place like in the Sing Sing world with her. And there's also the scene whenever the Marines have to kill and shoot people in the outside world. Because in the outside world, whenever she traps your soul inside of, oh, he's a good shot of her wings. Whenever she traps your soul inside of the Sing Sing world, she can take control of your body in the regular world. Now, your body seems to be asleep in the regular world, but she can take control of your body of regular people. It doesn't seem like she can control And she was going, yeah, that was a wild scene when she was like breaking down. She was about to stab Luffy in the chest before Shanks came in. But anyway, with that being said, oh yeah, when Luffy was like, no, sorry, let me get back on track. I keep rambling. I hate when I ramble. I go on one point, I say it halfway, and I go to another thing. But whenever the Marines were shooting those people, and she was like, "No, stop, stop!" And she started freaking out. Like I thought that was sad. Another scene that was sad was whenever everybody was yelling and complaining that they were going to be stuck in the spirit. I mean, not the spirit world, the Sing Sing world. And when they were complaining about it, Uta was like, I've seen all of your broadcasts and you guys talk to me about how horrible your lives are, about how you hate working and how you hate this and that. The Marines do this, the Marines don't care about you guys. The pirates killed, no, she didn't go this long into it, but the pirates killed this person, that person. You guys just lie to me? Like, y'all just lying to me just for sympathy points? I'm trying to help you out. What is your problem? Like, I was like, oh man, like, you get what she's trying to say. She's just going about it in the wrong way. She's just going about it in such a wrong way, man. It was like her ideals and what she was doing was good. It was just she was just breaking down and mentally ill because of the shrooms. It was not shrooms, the wake. Well, yeah, the wake shrooms. It was bad. Laws in this. Oh yeah, whenever she takes control of your body, that was the movie. That's the thing I was gonna say. Whenever she takes control of your body, it doesn't seem like she can use your devil fruit. It kind of seemed like she kind of was able to do it, but maybe not. I do like the scene whenever Luffy does yell at her, like, "Hey, give me back the hat, and then we can talk." Like that boy was spazzing. I mean, obviously it was Saint's hat, but he was spazzing because she could do basically anything in this world. It was kind of wild. There's a lot of characters in this movie from the outside world, aside from just the Straw Hats. There's the big. That's so random and funny. But the Big Mom Pirates are here. Not the whole Big Mom Pirates, but just specifically Alvin Brule, and yeah, those like the main members. Everyone else is just kind of in Whole Cake Island. Katakuri does come in to the regular world to help out to get Brule back, but it's just that's so random, Alvin and Brule. Like, that's so random. I've been Relay coming to help. Law's here to help because Beppo's a really big Uta fan. Um, Kobe's here, Mempo's here, Bruno's here, Khalifa's here, but she doesn't even help out. She's just kind of standing off to the side talking about what's going on. She didn't even help us. She's just kind of off to the side talking. Akainu is in the movie, but he doesn't actually go where Uta is. It's just specifically Kizaru and Fujitora and Momonga that come here with a bunch of riffraff. I think that's about it for like the outside world. Rob Lucci, but he's like there. I mean, he just specifically stays in Mary Joas with the Celestial. I mean, not the Celestial Dragons, the Gorosei, talking about the whole Uta event. It's even crazy that the transponder snails can broadcast the Sing Sing world, and if you hear Uta singing in the Sing Sing world, singing what's going on, you fall asleep too. And they were like, the broadcast is so widespread and crazy that is going to encapsulate 70% of the world. It's going to encapsulate 70% of the world. That is crazy. That is so wild. One other thing that's kind of funny too is the Sunny. The Sunny got turned into a boat. With Ultra's power, she can turn people into like random objects and also turn animals into like minks and stuff. And she turns a thousand Sunny into this, which is funny. And they can only say Sunny, Sunny. I was like, what? I thought that was be like the next big thing. I thought that was gonna be like crazy everywhere, plushies, everyone's gonna love it. Now it was kind of crazy. I thought it would still be going on today. I don't really hear anybody or see anybody talk about the little Sunny. But when I first saw that, I was like, what? That is crazy. Who idea was this? They wanted to print money. I was like, whoever thought of this Joker, they wanted to print some money. They know what they were doing. Look at the Sunny. Oh, so cute and plushy. Yeah, they wanted some money for it. That was funny to me when I first saw that junk. Okay, I'm back. Bartolomeo is also in the movie, but his powers look a little different than normal. Usually, his powers, whenever he makes his barriers are green, but in this movie, his barriers are blue. I'm like, what? What's going on? I was really confused about that. I don't know why his barriers were blue. That's thing, it was like, it didn't look bad. Well, it's the same thing with like Buggy and One Piece Stampede. His hair was blonde, but his hair is normally blue. I'm like, what's going on? And nobody even like points that out. I do want to sort of scene I was talking about whenever Uta stomps on the ground. Also, I like whenever Uta does sing. Like the animation style doesn't change per se, but it does look really cool. Like I'm gonna show in a moment. Like we see a bunch of like colorful things going on. Everything's going crazy. I think the very first time she sings, that's whenever she gets that like really big. Well, not the very first time. I think like the second or third time she gets like the big gold suit of armor. Like she just does a bunch of crazy stuff. Like whenever she starts singing, because she can basically do, like I said, anything. She can basically do anything in this world. It seems like no limit. Obviously, before she uses the wakes rooms and stuff, and she starts to have a mental breakdown. I think it's like obviously a limit to what she can do, but in this movie, she was like unlimitless. I don't know if she's canon or not. I wouldn't mind if she's canon, and I really hope she's alive because by the end of the movie, she doesn't take the medicine and she has to sing to bring everybody back. So I don't know if she's alive in that. I hope she is. 'Cause it was really sad everything she was going through. Hopefully she'll be okie dokie. Whenever the Straw Hats had to go underground to get like the top musica sort of history about what was going on with that and also how they can get out of the Sing Sing world. It was really cool seeing the Straw Hats fight against the like giant musical statue things, whatever they were. Like you know what I'm talking. Whenever they were fighting against those, that was cool. It was really funny though that eventually Frankie does a combination attack with he does a combination attack with Jinbei, and when he does that, he tears the whole place apart. Literally, the whole ceiling starts to fall down. The whole place is coming down, and someone's like, "Yo, who did that?" Frankie goes, "Hey man, I'm super sorry. My bad." He goes, "My bad, player." Like he nearly killed everybody for doing too much. That was hilarious. That had me cracking up. I do want to sort of scene. Well, I guess I have to sort that later. I couldn't find the eye catcher on YouTube. I might have to go to like a specific episode that has it. It was also really funny too that Nami was able to make Brule, make them go into the spirit. I mean, I keep saying spirit world, the mirror world, because when the whole place was coming down, she was like, "Brule, I know you're in there. Help us out right now. You're never gonna see your family again." And it worked. It worked. Brule came out. She's like, "Are you serious? I want to see Kanekiri again." Kanekiri supposed to came out the help. And in this movie, even though Yuta is sort of like the main villain, she never got hit once in the movie. Even she mentions that like you never even hit me. Luffy did get kind of close to hitting Uta because he was going to fight her whenever he was kidnapping the Straw Hats. He goes, you know what? There's no reason to fight you. Then eventually, at the end of the movie, he like ran up on her, stretched his leg out, and she said, "What? You're gonna hit me?" He put his leg to the side. I was like, yeah, I mean, what they really just fought was Top Musica. They didn't really fight anybody else besides Top Musica. But still, I'm like, man, that was, jeez, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I'm not saying I wanted to hit Utan, but I was thinking that too. Like, throughout all the promotional art and stuff, I was like, a female villain, there's no way gonna have Luffy like go crazy. I mean, maybe Nami and Robin, but it's the main villain of the movie, so it has to be like Luffy. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna have Luffy like beat the brakes off her. Like, there's no way. There's no way. And that was true too. It is really funny how Kizaru gets into the same predicament like he did back in Marineford. Whenever he tries to fight Shanks, and Shanks put his sword up to his neck, he has to like stop and he has to stop and he can't move. Just like Ben Beckman. Oh, Ben Beckman. And I thought they were gonna fight like crazy, boy. Remember when what's it called at the end of the movie when they wanted to kidnap Uta after she freed everybody, and Shang says, this is my daughter. This is my family. If you want to fight her, be prepared to die. And his Conqueror's hockey was going everywhere, and everyone and Fujitora was like, there's so many civilians. We can't fight here. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Two admirals versus Shanks? That would have went crazy. That would have went crazy. Man. I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see that. Two admirals versus Shanks. Oh, I mean, obviously the rest of his crew too. His crew was there, but still, man, it would have been so dope. I know a lot of people were making a lot of parallels whenever the final battle was going on. But like I said before, a person in the real world has to hit the exact same spot as the person in the top musical world. I mean, so not top musical world, and the same person in the Sing Sing world. And so we'll see like Katakuri and Sanji both hit the exact same spot, but in two different angles. I mean, but two different angles because they're in two different points of the world. And Top Musica, he had a pretty cool design. I do like his design a lot. Okay, I think that I found a pretty good shot of the Straw Hats and their new outfits. These outfits, I don't know. Whenever we get the next One Piece game, these outfits need to be in there. I don't know when we're gonna get the next One Piece game. It's been so long. It's been so since we had a One Piece game because we just keep getting DLC. We just keep getting DLC for Park Warriors 4. Like this is so ridiculous. Okay, I got a good shot. Look at these outfits, man. Oh, these jokes are so dope. The outfits before they started fighting Time Musica, I liked everybody's besides from Frankie. He just looked a bit too goofy to me. I know it's One Piece, everything looks goofy every now and again. I'm fine with it. But Frankie was just a bit too much. I'm like, okay, like I get it, like he had the white, red, and white cord like back in the day. He has the old like CD, not a record player in his chest. I get it. I get what's going on with his body. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. It looks. I was like, yeah, but these outfits are dope, boy. Oh, these look so good. These look so good. It's fun. And whenever Kobe started to take command of the whole fighting scene going on, that was good too. I love that. I love that so much. Let me try to find a good shot of Top Musica, and then I want to show one last shot at the end of the movie, and then we'll be done talking about One Piece Film Red. I can't really find. Oh, actually, I passed. Okay, I'm back. I was trying to find a really cool shot of Top Musica. Now, Top Musica has two forms. He has this regular form. In the second form, he looks the exact same. The only difference is the color on his flames on the skulls are different. He gets like a tiny bit bigger, and he has like a bunch of goop coming off his piano arms. But other than that, he looks basically the same. Another thing I do want to mention is this was the first movie at my local theater that actually had a poster for an animated movie. Well, I mean, not animated movie, for an anime movie. Because I said this multiple times before, but my local theater never really sold anime movies. Every time I wanted to see an anime movie, I had to go out of town. Now, recently, the last couple of years, they actually started to show anime movies. But when they first started to do that, they had no poster. I know that doesn't really seem like too much, like Captain Yeet. You can still see you can still see the movie. Why does that matter? Every time I go see a movie, I want to go take a picture next to the poster after I'm done watching it. And I couldn't do that with the anime movies. With the last two, My Hero. Well, the last two My Hero movie, there was a poster. Well, actually, no, actually, there wasn't with the last two. Well, this was the first one where they had a poster actually there. I'm like, thank goodness. I was gonna get so mad that it wasn't. They just kept not showing posters. This was ridiculous. But yeah, they had a poster there for they had a sorry. I was just thinking about it. But they had a poster there. They had a poster there for Film Red, and I was so happy. I'm like, oh, finally! Jeez, man, thank goodness. Here's a really cool shot of Uta whenever she had her black wings and she started to like, her mentality was starting to go down a little bit. She was looking a little crazy, but here's a shot of Uta really quickly. I do want to show the combination attack with Luffy and Shanks. That has to be like a team up in the game. I don't keep talking about the game, but that was really cool. That looked so beautiful with his sword glowing blue, Luffy's face glowing red. When they both punch out, they combine into like a giant like lion with wings, a golden lion with wings. I'm like, what in the world? Also, everybody else's combination attacks look really cool too. It's happened so quickly. It's kind of hard, not hard to see, but it's like whatever. Here's little baby Uta. Little Uta. Look at her. She looks so cute. And she was just found in a random chest. I hope she's alive, man. It would really suck if she did that. But here's little baby Uta. Look like little cutie patootie. And then I saw the combination attack. They want to be done with One Piece Film Red. I know a lot of people didn't really like One Piece Film Red because, well, one, people thought it was going to be more mainly on the Shanks, and it really wasn't. That's number one. Number two, it's not a musical per se, but there are a lot of points to where, the accent and other stuff does stop because, Uta will randomly sing a song and then it will go on for like too long. For maybe like 3 or 4 I don't know. Actually, maybe like 3 minutes at max. 3 minutes at max. It will go on. So just randomly sing. A lot of people didn't really like that. I liked the movie. It's not the best One Piece movie in the world. I still did like it though for what it was. I wouldn't actually. But my best One Piece movie so far for the last few that came out in the last few years, I will have to say Stampede. Actually, let me think about that. Okay, I guess Stampede and Gold are my top two. I don't know. I don't actually. I gotta really think about where I put Film Red, but Stampede and Gold are Top two. Those are top two for me. I really like Gold because of nostalgia, and Stampede was so good. I like Stampede a lot. There was some iffy things about it, but Stampede was really good. Okay, here's the really cool combination attack. And I cannot find the eye catcher. I'll pause the video one last time to try to find the eye catcher, but I just can't find it. It was also kind of funny too that Uta mobilized like everybody in the audience to go out and find Luffy and everybody like besides from having her little drones that can fly around and fight you, she had like all the regular people just walking around looking for Luffy and crew to kidnap them. Like what? Like what are these random people going to do? That was pretty funny. Now she was using the random people also in the regular world to fight against Momonga and stuff. They couldn't really do too much because they're civilians. They can't hurt them. They don't want to stab them. They don't want to beat them down. So I guess that does make sense. But not every pirate is going to be like that. I said that before. Also, they really show just how bad pirates are in this world. Now, obviously, you have some good pirates like Shanks and Luffy, but mostly overall, there's a lot of bad pirates that do cause a lot of bad stuff in the world. Even like in the beginning of the movie, we literally see that. We see people's reaction to homes getting destroyed, people dying. They start to blame the world government. They blame the world government. They also blame pirates. That's a big component of the movie. I do say that already, but it's kind of wild. But here's a really cool combination attack for both of them. This was crazy. This was so crazy, man. Man, Pseudo Gear 5. I mean, even though it's not Gear 5 all the way, still really good. Still really good, man. I love it. Oh, and look at that Golden Lion. The Golden Lion that comes out and attacks Top Musica. That was crazy. I love that. I love that, boy. But okay, that's about everything I have to say with One Piece Film Red. I'm gonna pause the video one last time to try to find the eye catcher. I just cannot find it, man. I want to show it. Hey, I'm back. Before I continue, I do want to show this out really quickly. It's a really sweet scene. I know a lot of people want the next One Piece movie to be, I guess, One Piece spoilers if you don't read the manga. One Piece spoilers, One Piece spoilers. If you don't read the manga, then I'm gonna hold this up. While I'm holding this up, I'm saying manga spoilers. So mute me while I'm saying, manga spoilers. So three, two, one. Okay, so I guess the next thing, I mean, not the next thing, but I know a lot of people want the next One Piece movie to be film rocks, to just make the God Valley incident, and not just the God Valley incident, but the whole flashback into a movie. That would be kind of cool, but I just don't want them to make it a movie because if they do, it's a movie. They only have so much time, so they might have to skip some stuff in order if they do make it a movie. So it would be cool, but at the same time, I don't know if it would be cool or not. It'd be 50-50. If it does become a movie, it'd be, hey, I'll be dope. I mean, that'd be really dope. I'll go see it. But hopefully they don't skip too much stuff or cut down some stuff because of that. But yeah, hopefully not. Okay, no, I'm saying I'm not saying any manga spoilers anymore. There was this really cool shot of Uta holding the straw hat with her wings out, but I cannot find it. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna try to find that too while I'm trying to find the eye catch. Hey, I was able to find it. I actually found two eye catchers. I found one eye catcher from the YouTuber hashtag Sly. I'll put the video link in the link comment. I'll put the video link in the comics. But I never saw this eye catcher. No, actually, I have saw this eye catcher, but the one I was thinking about was the Halloween one. This is a Christmas one to wherever Uto was flying around in the snow, looking at the camera, looking at you, and she looks up at the sky and sees Chopper as a reindeer flying Correa like a Santa. I completely forgot about this eye catcher, but here, look at it. Isn't this crazy? I forgot about this eye catcher entirely. I was like, wow, this is wild. This is so crazy. I was specifically thinking of the Halloween one, but this is nice too. I also found it really funny that one moment in the flashback in Film Red where they wanted to do that competition they did when they were kids, when they had to eat, well, they had to eat. Who could eat the food the fastest without getting hit by the dog? And whenever they do that, Uta will always trick Luffy by drinking her drink, so it'll take him longer to finish the food. Luffy was going to finish his food way faster than Uta's. What's really funny about that was right before they started to do it, Makino came out. She said, "Hey, what are y'all doing? Nothing. You're gonna get hurt. Don't do that. No." I don't know why, but that was hilarious to me. And whenever the Saints were telling them, "Alright, chill out, y'all doing too much," and bonked them on the head. Hey, a real man wouldn't hit kids on the head with a sword. Oh yeah, that was funny when they were arguing with they were arguing. Oh, that was hilarious. What are you doing? Nothing. You gotta get yourselves hurt. No, we're fine. We're fine. Okay, here's the other one by Hoppy. where it's the Halloween one, the one I was thinking about, whatever she gets scared from Corona. That was cool. I'm gonna show it again because it happens kind of quickly, but that was pretty dope. Okay, so those are the two things I want to sell. I'm gonna end it off on, oh, and I clicked off the video. So I'm gonna end it off on Uta holding the straw hat. I found the scene I was talking about. I was looking around it for a while, but I'll put the video link to both of these in the comments. But here's the other eye catch I was talking about, the Halloween one, but I didn't get to show it too well. When she's like, goofing around with Corona. I thought that was really sweet. I thought that was really sweet. Whew. But okay. Ooh, okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, and that's everything with One Piece Film Red. Now, there is one funny moment I do want to bring up. When I started to watch the movie in Film Red, or when I watched the movie in Film Red, when I watched Film Red for the very first time in the movie theater, like I said, I watched a dub. And I remember when Uta started singing, I was like, I could have sworn the movie started off with her singing. I don't remember the people talking and stuff. Maybe I got in theater late, but I just vividly remember sings all the songs in this movie are sub. I know sometimes the voice actors they either sing the song actually, sometimes they don't. It's like 50-50. But sometimes but anyway, it's in sub, right? So whenever I heard the song in sub, I started thinking to myself, oh no. I thought I got into the wrong theater. I thought I hopped into the wrong theater. I started panicking a little bit because the next like show time for dub wasn't until like an hour or two later. I'm like, oh, and I gotta stay here even longer. This is ridiculous. But no, I was in the right theater. Just the songs are in sub. It's not in dub. But I don't remember the very beginning with them talking like all the people. I might have gotten to the theater late. I don't really remember that. If I do, then I just kind of forget. I just kind of remember me getting kind of nervous, like, yo, ain't no way I walked into the wrong theater. I was kind of panicking a little bit. I was kind of nervous and scared. But okay, here's the shot I want to end it on. I finally found it. Whenever Luffy was punching all of those little men that she kept creating when they went to go talk again and near the end of the movie, I thought it was like a really serious moment when he was like punching. He was punching them like super duper hard and screaming and yelling. I don't know why, but I just felt like, yo, he's going crazy. Like he is serious. Like it wasn't anything too crazy what he was doing, but I just thought he was like, man, this is kind of wild. But sorry, I'm just trying to get this one shot. Jeez, man, it's not showing up. I finally got it after all this time, and now it's not showing up anymore. Now I have to pause the video again. Oh, found it. Let's get it. But okay, like, share, and subscribe. I thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I think all other be women human beings. I hope you guys all have a God bless day. Okay, bye bye. Here's the shot I was talking about. This is a nice shot. Bye bye.